Let's talk about pointing at objects and why that is an important gesture. We were told from when we were little that it's rude to point with your index finger at people or at objects. I'm not really sure why. That's what they usually say in Romania, but it is a very important gesture for your baby. And let me explain why. Let's say that you are walking on a street and your baby is pointing at something. That's a clue that your baby is interested in that thing, and it's an occasion for you to talk about that. Name the object and explain a little bit about what it is if your baby is curious or you're a toddler. Or let's say that you have a shelf that is too high for your kid to reach, but you have some toys there and your kid wants a toy. So if he knows the gesture, he can already point to the toy, and then you will understand that they want it. So without any words, they can express themselves and they can say what they want. Also, if you have, for example, two options, an apple and a pear on the table, even if you don't say, would you like an apple or would you like a pear, your baby might already try to point to it, even though they cannot reach, they indicate that they want that. And it's important for you to try to use the gesture as often as you can. For example, whenever you read books, look at the pictures, name the objects, maybe even go tap tap and name the object. So there's also the auditory cue for your baby to connect the name, the pointing, everything together. Then when you go out or when you are at home and you want to name objects or your baby is looking at something, you can name them by pointing at them, although they are close to you. For example, they're here. Leaf. Oh yeah, you saw the leaf, or you're looking at the leaf. Because that's how your baby will understand. At first, they don't really get the idea that when an object is far away, they can go like this. So they have to first understand that, and then they will be able to use the gesture as we use it as adults. So point at at nearby objects. If you just go outside and you point to an airplane, they might not even link the object, the airplane, with its name because it's so far away. They might even think it's air because you're basically pointing in thin air. So first try to teach the idea that when you point towards an object, and this is much easier to do when the object is close by. You can do the transition. You can make this transition by, for example, using a toy that moves. So let's say you have a car and the one that you pull back and then it goes forward. Maybe your baby already knows how to pull it back and you can say, car. Oh, look, the car is there now. So already you've kind of followed the object and they know already the word car and they saw that you were pointing at it. Before your baby is actually able to do the gesture with the index finger, they will probably show with the whole hand once they figure out that they can use it. But some things that you can practice with your baby for them to be able to get the fine motor skills to point with the index finger are here. I made these Play-Doh balls. It's homemade Play-Doh, but it's still not edible in the sense that it has quite a lot of salt, so it's not good for eating. So it's not the end of the world if your baby tries to lick it a little bit, but don't let them eat it. And you can just go press, 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 or if you want to teach your baby ball, you can say ball, 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 ball. So model the gesture with one finger. Don't correct, like if your baby is still not there and they're going like this, it's okay. It's fun for them. You can just try again another time and let them just explore the materials. Always do this under close supervision with babies, of course. Then some other toys that you can use. We have this camera. It's from Plant Toys, and it has a button, and it's very nice also because it doesn't make the sound, so it's not annoying for you to have in the house. You can even go like this: press, press, or button, button. I'm pressing the button, depending on where your child is with their vocabulary, so they can press. There's also a phone that we have from them, and it has also, I think, 5 or 6 buttons, so good practice for this. Then you can use finger puppets. So this is a soft one, and this is a plastic one. You can show how you put them, and then when your baby is ready to use them, they can go index finger up, and then you put the monkey on, monkey on. You can even make short conversations with the monkey. For example, hello monkey, and they will learn how to communicate with the monkey. And then any toy with holes, basically. So if you have, we have this threading leaf, and well, you can also play, for example, that you're spying on your baby. You can go, I see you, I cannot see you, I see you again. But you can also let your baby go finger, finger, or hole, 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 hole. You can even make a silly song with that, or finger on the hole, finger on the hole, finger on the hole, finger on the hole. I don't know, whatever comes to mind. And then there are some very nice audio books, or books with buttons. This one is with Paco, who is learning about music and Mozart. So on every page you have a button that you can press, and usually have to use your index finger to be able to press. This is still quite complicated for this is still quite complicated for very young kids, but I think it's a good idea to have some of these in the house. Usually I prefer avoiding toys with buttons and that make sound, but these books are very good, and they are not usually overwhelming if they have fewer buttons, and they have a very short story, one or two sentences on every page. I hope these tips will help, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.